You lie down, close your eyes, and just like that, your surroundings dissolve. Your body stays still, but something else slips away, something deeper. Moments later, you're walking through places you've never seen, meeting people you've never met, and feeling things that defy logic. It all feels real, too real. So let's ask the question no one really answers. Where does your consciousness actually go when you sleep? If sleep is just rest, why does your mind build entire worlds, complete with memories, emotion, architecture, even rules? Science says the brain repairs itself overnight. But how does repair explain premonitions, or out-of-body experiences, or the fact that during REM, the brain becomes even more active than when you're awake? Some dream of places they later find in real life. Others wake up frozen, unable to move, aware of a presence watching from the dark corner of the room. This isn't just imagination. It's not just biology. It's something else entirely. What if sleep isn't rest, but departure? Stay with me. By the end of this video, we'll break open what science avoids and what ancient traditions have hinted at for centuries. Because what your consciousness does while your body sleeps is far more than you know. 1. The brain doesn't power down, it switches modes. We're taught that sleep is rest, that the brain powers down like a machine in standby. But that's not what the scans show. During deep sleep, activity slows, temporarily. But the moment your body slips into REM, the stage where most dreaming happens, everything changes. Certain regions don't just stay active, they light up like you're wide awake. The catch? Not the whole brain joins in. The prefrontal cortex, your inner voice of logic and reason, goes quiet. That's why dreams feel so bizarre, unpredictable, non-linear. But the visual and emotional centers, they explode with activity. Your mind begins crafting landscapes, emotions, experiences, sometimes more vivid than waking life. So ask yourself this: if your brain is more alive during dreaming than when you're fully conscious, are you truly resting or entering another operational state entirely? This isn't a shutdown, it's a handoff from the external world to the internal one, from the logical mind to something deeper. Your awareness isn't turning off, it's just tuning into a different signal, a different layer of reality. And that shift might be the first clue that consciousness isn't bound by waking life. It may be running its own program, whether the body's awake or not. 2. DMT, the chemical gateway to inner worlds. There's a molecule in your brain, quiet, hidden, and powerful. DMT, dimethyltryptamine, a naturally occurring compound with effects so intense, so otherworldly, it's earned the nickname, the spirit molecule. You don't need to ingest it. Your brain already makes it, and evidence suggests it's released every night when you enter REM sleep. Now here's where it gets strange. Synthetic DMT trips often mirror the dream state. People describe vivid landscapes, encounters with beings that feel sentient, overwhelming sensations of truth and insight. Not imagination, not fantasy, experiences that change the way people live. So if your brain produces this same substance while you sleep, then dreams might not be random static. They could be guided journeys into dimensions we're not meant to remember. This isn't just chemistry. It's the body unlocking something bigger than itself. And here's the hard truth. If DMT can bend your entire reality from the inside, then the version of the world you experience while awake might be the real hallucination. Your dream life may not be the illusion. It may be the unfiltered signal, the original broadcast, and waking consciousness just a narrowed-down feed your brain edits for survival. The deeper you sleep, the clearer the signal becomes. 3. Sleep paralysis, trapped between worlds. You're awake, you think. Your eyes flutter open, but your body won't respond. Not even a finger. A weight presses on your chest, and in the corner of the room, something stands, watching, silent, unmoving, a presence that feels ancient and wrong. This isn't a nightmare. This is sleep paralysis, and if you've experienced it, you know exactly how real it feels. Science calls it a glitch, a temporary misfire between REM sleep and motor control. But that explanation doesn't touch what actually happens. Because here's what's undeniable. Across continents, across centuries, people describe the exact same experience. Dark silhouettes, the sense of pressure, the chilling certainty that you're not alone. These aren't just private terrors. They're shared, repeated, patterned. So what are we really witnessing in those moments? Some believe sleep paralysis is a threshold state, where consciousness wakes up before the body, but not before it crosses some invisible line. A line that normally stays hidden. In this state, you're no longer fully in the dream, but not yet back in the body. And for a brief, unguarded moment, your awareness hovers between worlds. And that presence, maybe it's not imagined. Maybe it's always been there. You were just never supposed to see it. For lucid dreaming, when you take control of the dream, most of the time, dreams feel like chaotic movies we're just watching unfold. But some people suddenly become aware within the dream. They realize they're dreaming and begin to shape the experience. This is known as lucid dreaming, and it shows something remarkable. Even during sleep, the conscious mind isn't entirely offline. Brain scans reveal that lucid dreaming activates the same region that handles self-awareness and decision-making, the prefrontal cortex. In other words, a part of you is still very much awake, even while your body sleeps. Why would this ability exist if dreams were just meaningless static? Some believe lucid dreaming is more than a strange mental quirk. It's evidence that consciousness isn't fully bound by the physical world. When you control the dream, it's not just your imagination running wild. It could be your awareness flexing its true potential in a space where physical laws don't apply. 5. Dreams that bleed into the future. Not all dreams dissolve with the morning light. Some arrive with details so sharp, so undeniable, that they echo forward into events that haven't yet happened. This isn't just folklore. Abraham Lincoln described a vivid dream of his own death just days before his assassination. He wasn't the first. He wasn't the last. Thousands of people, across time, culture, and belief, have shared the same eerie experience. Dreaming of a face they haven't seen in years, only to cross paths days later. Dreaming of an event, a location, a moment, then living it exactly as seen. We call them precognitive dreams. Science calls them anomalies. Unexplained, yet persistent. And here's the problem. If dreams are just random neurological noise, these patterns shouldn't exist. But they do. And they follow a logic that doesn't belong to waking life. Because waking life moves forward, in a straight line. But in the dream space, time bends. A 5-minute nap can hold what feels like hours of experience. A flash of imagery can carry the weight of an entire memory, from a future that hasn't arrived yet. So what are we touching when we sleep? Maybe consciousness doesn't obey the clock. Maybe it slips beyond the rigid flow of time into something fluid, a field where past, present, and future already coexist. And in those rare moments when the mind is quiet enough and the body still, maybe we don't dream the future, we remember it. 6. Why dreams fade so fast you wake up with a vivid scene still playing in your mind. Faces, emotions, places. Feels unforgettable, but within minutes, it slips through your fingers like smoke. Gone. This isn't accidental. It's neurological. During sleep, the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for long-term memory, doesn't function the same way it does when you're awake. It's partially offline, which means what you experience in dreams doesn't get stored like normal memories. Fades by design. But why would the brain want to forget? Some scientists believe dreams are a kind of emotional detox, a temporary workspace where the subconscious processes fear, desire, trauma, or confusion. And once that work is done, the experience is discarded. Others argue it's a built-in safeguard, because if we remembered all our dreams with full clarity, the line between waking reality and dream reality could start to blur. You might begin confusing the two, but even with this filter in place, some dreams refuse to disappear. A single image, a sentence, a feeling that lingers for years. These moments suggest not all dreams are meant to vanish. Some carry weight, some leave echoes. And maybe, just maybe, that's not a glitch in memory. It's a sign we're not finished decoding what they were trying to tell us. 7. Time doesn't work the same in dreams you've felt it. A dream that unfolds like a long journey. Hours of emotion, detail, entire story arcs. Then you wake up, and it's only been 10 minutes. That's not your imagination. It's a phenomenon researchers are starting to take seriously. Inside REM sleep, time unravels. Your brain no longer follows the clock on your wall. Instead, it moves to its own rhythm. Fluid, nonlinear, subjective. Lucid dreamers have tested this. Setting mental timers, performing tasks inside dreams, then comparing those experiences to real-world time. What they found is stunning. The mind can stretch time, bend it, and fold it in ways that defy physical rules. So here's the deeper truth. If time inside your dream can slow down, speed up, or loop entirely, maybe time itself isn't a fixed reality. Maybe it's just a framework, a lens the waking mind uses to make sense of the world. And when that framework drops away during sleep, your consciousness doesn't stop functioning. It adapts. It moves beyond linear perception, as if remembering how to operate without the boundaries we think are unbreakable. So ask yourself, if time is flexible in dreams, what else might be? 8. What happens if you die in a dream? You've probably heard the myth. If you die in a dream, you die in real life. But thousands of people have died in their dreams, dramatically, violently, peacefully, only to wake up completely fine. So what's actually happening when you die inside a dream? Psychologists suggest that death in dreams rarely symbolizes literal danger. It's not about dying. It's about shedding. These dream deaths often mark a turning point, the end of a relationship, the collapse of an outdated belief, the moment a version of yourself no longer needed lets go. People who experience these dreams frequently report waking up with clarity, a sense of release, as if something heavy quietly detached during the night. But there's another layer. From a neurological standpoint, sleep and death aren't so far apart. In both, consciousness unhooks from the body. Muscles go still. The outside world fades. And in near-death experiences, people describe sensations almost identical to dreams. Floating, leaving their body, meeting other beings, seeing vivid flashes of memory. So what if dreams aren't just symbolic rehearsals for transformation? What if they're training grounds for the final release? Whether dream death is psychological, spiritual, or neurological, one thing is undeniable. Sleep isn't passive. It's where consciousness travels beyond the veil of waking life. And when we return, we often come back different. So when you drift off tonight, remember, you're not just shutting down. You're stepping into a space where time dissolves, logic fades, and your consciousness explores what waking life can't explain. Sleep is an escape. It's a return to something older, deeper, and possibly more real. If you've ever had a strange dream, an unexplainable vision, or just a theory of your own, share it in the comments below. And if you made it this far, type "I understand" to let me know you truly received this. Like this video, share it with someone curious, and subscribe for more explorations into the unseen layers of reality. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.